I am honored. I first met Catherine Rose yesterday, but I heard about her several weeks ago when they asked me if I would be willing to do this. And I read her story, and I was impressed. She's an innovator. I get it. And then I read it again, and I learned some more about the background, and I was moved. And then I met her yesterday, and I sort of got the full story, and I am blown away. Amongst this community of innovators, she's an innovator. She's a mother, she's an engineer, and I understand now why she's being awarded this award this year, the Rising Star Award. So I'm not going to do justice to the story. I'm going to bring Catherine up and let her tell you a little bit about her story, but I'll just give you a little bit of background. Catherine's daughter, Alexis, is deafblind. And somewhere along the line, Catherine, who's a PhD engineer, figured out that Alexis responded to a certain kind of light. And she went on a journey to convince Philips, a wonderful company, to make a big investment, and I hope she'll tell you some of this, to prototype a product and test the product. So any of you have ever done product development, which is what I do, this is a lot of work. To do this as sort of an outsider and as a mother is incredible. The LightAid is now a commercial product available worldwide. And I also learned that there are 7 million people who are deafblind. So this is just amazing what one woman can do. And so I'm going to invite her up and let her tell your story, but also congratulate her. So on behalf of Boston Children's Hospital, Catherine Rose, congratulations as the Rising Star.
Maybe they gave me the award because I'm the short one that still looks like a kid. But so a couple of other funny things, and then just prepare yourself. You might want some tissues on your table. If I say something that you like, it's all because my parents are in the audience, and that if I sound smart, it's credit to them. If I say something that doesn't sound so smart, I've been away from their house for 22 years, so I guess it's partly my fault. So 9 years ago at this time, I was pregnant with twins, and I'd never been to a children's hospital. Since then, right after, obviously, when I was pregnant with twins, one of the twins died at 29 weeks, so I was pregnant with a live baby Alexis and dead baby Caitlin for another 9 weeks until she was born and spent time in the NICU. She was in the NICU for about 2.5 months. She eventually came to collect about 20 different specialists at Boston Children's Hospital, some of whom were here yesterday, and I did do a fly-by appointment with one of them, like, oh, yeah, we're supposed to take care of this stuff. So she spent 2.5 months in the NICU. She's had 8 different surgeries. She's slept every night since she was 1 year old with the CPAP. And that has avoided her having to have a trach and the concerns and the needs required for that. We've also, gone on because, if you're expecting twins and you're a high-powered and aggressive person like me, you'll recognize that, having twins is sort of the best way to have a maternity leave. You're only out of work for 8 weeks or 6 weeks or whatever it is. You're back to work. I wanted 2 kids close in age. Twins are the way to do it. Obviously, having lost Caitlin, when I surprisingly became pregnant 9 months later, 16 months apart, Jessica was born. So not only did I have a kid that was seen 20 different doctors at Boston Children's Hospital, but I also had a newborn because, might as well. And then imagine that Jessica had the same heart defect that Alexis had. Ended up having open heart surgery. So I call her my ha-ha typical kid. She just has an open heart surgery, that's all. And then I wanted to go back to work for Philips. I had worked for Lucent before, and I wanted to work for a company that was really making a difference in healthcare and had already made a great difference in my daughter's lives. And through the journey at Philips, I was able to find out that we make these really cool LED lights that you see. I didn't mean for this to happen, but they're the lights that are on all the curtains here. And they're usually used for architectural lighting, top of the Empire State Building, the Zakim Bridge, maybe Boston Children's Hospital one day, and really and some of the other children's hospitals, because I don't want to, I'm an equal opportunity opportunist for lighting children's hospitals. So I convinced the leadership there to start an innovation skunkworks project for Light Aid. We developed 3 Light Aids. We took them to Perkins School for the Blind, and we did testing on them. And then it was sort of the challenge that you have with a lot of product development, which is great idea, awesome prototypes, real impact to the world, but very small market potential, right? 7 million, but still a really small opportunity for a company like Philips. And thankfully, the CEO of Philips Healthcare at the time, Steve Ruskowski, said, no, this is something that we should do. And he actually funded the $1 million development program out of his budget, the CEO line item budget. He had, obviously, plenty of other business cases put forth, and I was really inspired. He basically said, that's all you need? And I was like, that's all I need. I'm a mom. You make the ends meet, and you try to do everything. So having kids has really ignited a passion that I have, combining engineering with mom skills, mom invention skills. And at first it was just a passion for everything with Alexis's medical care and sharing that with other families and really inspiring them on what they needed. When she needed CPAP, it was figuring out a way that my husband and I at home could install her CPAP without waking her up and causing issues, without causing breakdown of skin tissue. So we have a patented device with Philips on her CPAP. And then working with Light Aid and creating a product for other kids like her that can interact and engage with the world. And I'm from North Carolina, so I'm going to say this word, and it's 2 words. It means cannot and not able to, not willing to. So it's I can't stop until every child that needs a technology has it for them, if it's a Light Aid, if it's CPAP, if it's patient room lighting to make it more comfortable and more engaging for a patient and their family to stay in a hospital so that they can have some sense of normal. And when Alexis visited the showroom in August of 2010 along this journey, she showed to the executives at Philips how her face could transform and how meaningful impact we could have with LED technology. And she was the one that demonstrated. And what I'd like to sort of ask as a question for folks is, wouldn't you love to see any child's face light up, showing them brightly colored lights? Wouldn't you be thrilled if they could figure out cause and effect for the first time and really be able to see a child play with their sibling for the first time? And these were all things that I've been able to do with Light Aid. So you can make a difference by supporting technological advancements, putting Light Aid into your hospital, having it available for therapists in schools around the world. And I hope that you can understand, I asked a question at one of the earlier sessions about how desperately parents and caregivers want to improve health care. Let us help you. We're not physicians, we're not medical researchers, but we know in our hearts, we know how important your work is, and we know how important it is to improve every bit of care, both for our kids and the kids that may come after our kids. Yeah, I got like 3 more pages like this, so it's okay. And you can make a difference by sharing access to your hospital, access to data, like Jack said. I don't know where the next Catherine Rose is, but she's not far away, he or she. She's juggling her roles, and she's seeing the world through a different lens. I recently turned 40, giving me a chance to pause and consider my journey. The health of my children means the world to me, and they both inspire me every day. And my journey is just one of many caregivers around the world working really hard to juggle everything that they have on their plate. So I want to thank you for this award. It appreciates where my journey has taken me, and I'm eager to push for what I can accomplish over the next 40 years. Thank you.